Yeah, he obviously kind of needed it there, falling down whatever 8, 9, 10 there down the stretch, and really energized us. I think he came up and got a couple in. It just then we started jarring the ball away a little bit, and I think it really sparked us to get back in the game and make it go down to the last possession.
There have been some unusually big front court tandems the last 2 games with Giannis and Brooke, and then tonight with Rudy and Nas. I guess what lessons do you hope your bigs take away from that experience?
Yeah, I mean, I think a couple things. Let's start with the other guys first. That the other guys aren't going in there and just serving up block shots after block shots. I think they're learning. We obviously talk about that in the game. Like once you beat them and they're going to be there, you can't really do much with them at the rim. So you got to make the next play out. However, we're going to do that. That's the first thing. And the other thing is mostly it comes down to rebounding, right? And it's not just the sheer size of it. It's what those guys, not only are they big, but they're also good at just before the shot is taken, they're dislodging and pushing and throwing you underneath. And as it's time to turn and block out, they've already started on you, right? So that's the kind of a little bit of the experience or gamesmanship you got to learn to be ready to anticipate that, just maybe a count before the shot's taken rather than waiting till one goes up to get into the fight with that rebounding. Right, I thought that happened to us quite a bit tonight, where we got almost pushed out of bounds and they'd be standing there, the clean putback, right?
Nick, Ricky played about 2.5 minutes in the first quarter and then didn't end up back in the game. First of all, was he available? And if he was, and you didn't go to him, I guess what was the thought process?
Yeah, so we made a quick early sub because Justin went out, and then Justin was back, and I kind of wanted to, I could have done it right there before he got the couple minutes, but then I just wanted to get Justin back in the game, and then I just think it came down to some other guys playing very well when they got their chances. Bagley played very well, I thought. Lonnie was playing well. Q was playing well. Jared was playing well. Hood Shafino was playing well, and I just didn't feel like there was. I just wanted 3 of those guys on the floor, and just was a little bit of a funky night for Ricky.
I mean, is there an update on him? Or?
Yeah, so he hurt he's been dealing with some rib issues, right? He got hit again. I think this is the 3rd time now. 2 games ago, 1 game ago, tonight. They are checking him out some more. Hopefully it's going to be okay, but they need a pretty good check on him here because he was not allowed to. I mean, he came back, but then he was taken out, I believe, at halftime. Yeah.
Yabu's obviously giving you guys so much this year, minutes-wise, production-wise. Just sort of looking down the line, just what would constitute a strong end of the season for him in your mind?
Yeah, just kind of what he's doing now. Again, he's playing hard. I think he's got the right kind of attitude to kind of lead and help the guys that are playing now. I think he makes some tough plays. He seems to find himself in the right place for some, transition or drives or whatever. Gives us a pretty good pick and pop option. I know he didn't hit any tonight, but it's still part of moving the offense to the next action, and he's very good at that as well. So just kind of that spirit, that fight that he played with tonight, finish out the last 4.
Talked a lot about Marcus's hustle before the game. It seems like he has really good timing for putbacks.
Yes.
What goes in besides hustle? Just what goes into that?
Yeah, I always think that you're right. He's got a little bit of a knack for it, right? But again, I always say that how many offensive rebounds did he end up with? 3, 4. Ended up with 3. Felt like a lot more than that, didn't it? They were all putbacks, I think. Maybe that's why. But if you're gonna get 3 or 4, you probably got to go 18 to 20 times. And I think he's just a consistent, he just consistently makes that effort to go. And then, every now and then he breaks through and the ball bounces the right way. And again, if you're going, you're going, you're going to get some to bounce your way. I thought he did a good job. Even 3 he got officially, he's close to about another 6, I thought Colin was the same, just going in there and making that matters too. If you can make their defensive rebounding more difficult, it helps your transition game, right? They're just not snapping it and rolling right out of it. They're fighting and they're like, they secured it and they slow down, hand it off or whatever. So that effort, even when you don't get them, is a small thing that has some pretty good results. Yeah.
Just overall with this group, like, have there been some things that you've been able to like just put together that have just clicked, that have allowed you to push these two opponents the last couple of games?
I don't know. Again, I think that the fluctuations of the roster and stuff have probably determined a little bit how we play. And again, tonight we got a little bit bigger just all around, right? We starting big, got a couple bigs to come off the bench, and wings are a little bigger, stronger, Again, I think this group played really well on that southern road trip. But again, we had kind of 6'8" Okiki in there. We had 6'8" Brissett in there, and it just gives us some more options to not just get bullied. You know what I mean? Just pushed out. Just a little bit more height across the board. I think gives us a chance to stand in there and guard, stand in and contest shots, stand in there and rebound. I think that's probably it. Yeah.
Thank you.
See ya.